Well, hello, hello, hello. Hi, tea sippers. I interrupted your regular program, honey. We had a very, very important message to bring you. Who do I have the pleasure of having on the phone to sip tea with me this evening?
My name is the infamous Nikee.
How about that? Can y'all hear him loud and clear? Say that again one more time, just to make sure they can hear you loud and clear.
This is the infamous Nikee,
How about
known that as in the Nikee and Tori experience.
I love it. All right, tea sippers, give me some thumbs up if you can hear him and if you can hear me. So we want to make sure you guys can hear loud and clear, that you can hear me and you can hear Mr. Nikee. How about that? All right.
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna have my producers go off site for me real quick. Make sure you can hear us. We'll make sure we can hear. All right. All right. So I was minding my own business today. I was, trying to get my head together because what I do takes a lot. Sometimes it takes a lot of a lot of my energy away. And sometimes it takes me a minute to kind of get my center back. So today, that's what I've been doing, just trying to get my center back because for me, this is more than just, I put a banner up and a mic in front of my face and look cute. It's more than that to me. This dance is more than just a dance to me. It's almost borderline ministry. I don't beat people over the head, but it's almost borderline ministry. I don't know for a whole bunch of people, but I know for me, there have been times where I've been going through hell and I just needed to dance. I don't know if anybody else can attest to that. I just needed to dance. I just needed to just change my environment, just do something different. So this dance for me means something different. So in lieu of everything that's happened over the last week, I've had to kind of sit back a little bit and just really try to get my head back in the game a little bit. Tori, you called. I have to say it was the energy because I did not expect this phone call from you. Let's start there. When you called, I think I was like, what? And you were like,
Yes.
this is Nikee. Tell me why did you call me today? What made you call me today?
Pretty much I want to, reiterate and just say that, stepping is a way of life. And a lot of times, a lot of people don't want to admit how much they appreciate and love this activity that we call stepping. I am one to say that I actually adore stepping to the point where I've been doing it so long and I enjoy it in all this capacity to the point where I actually embrace the energy. And sometimes it's not always understood. And I think that sometimes we have to give a voice to the voiceless. So a lot of times I've always stood back in the backgrounds and watched. And I have my vices. But I move when I feel the energy or however spiritual practice anyone practice, how the energy or the universal God moves you. So I felt compelled because I've always been a fan of certain platforms. Mm-hmm. And the platforms I endorse is the platforms I choose to want to, participate in. Love Shy Stepper. I love what you're doing. I love what Pete is doing. Mm-hmm. And sometimes, you guys can get beat up on a lot of times. We all have been beaten upon because you have critics. You have compliments and criticism. Mm-hmm. Both of them are the same hand, depending on if you give any of them any energy. Now, when going in something that you're putting your soul and your heart on the line, that is enough to keep yourself balanced. But when you're a little bit unsure, that's the thing. When you go in a little bit unsure, that leaves a little ways for someone to compromise your energy, meaning that you're choosing to allow someone to compromise your energy. You understand everything is a choice. So when I chose to call you, I felt it was time. It was time. I discussed it with my partner a couple of times, and we've always been real candid about giving interviews because you have to have a little bit of integrity. You have to have integrity to do anything. Yes. You have to have those basic principles. You have to. Mm-hmm. And you have to atone to those different things. So everything has a consequence. So let's just put this out there. That's like, if you say something, it has a consequence. It has a ripple effect. So when you have that type of influence, and I'm so honored that your platform has honored the Nikee and Tori experience and I find it just, just overwhelming that people respond to the Nikee and Tori experience, or to respond to sipping tea with you, or even the world largest, that we have our own entity and platform. We have to pay homage and protect it at all costs if we want to keep this thing going. Well, and it's going to continue to keep going because it's rooted in love.
It is, and I appreciate that. I told you that I did not. I didn't expect a call, and when I tell you it was so on time, I literally just sat there. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe some of the things that you were saying was some of the very things that I've been thinking about all day. Like, how do I? What do I do? Not that I've felt that I'm going to stop. It wasn't that. It's just a matter of, if it can't be something that continues to be positive and continue to uplift, then God, take it away. I've always said that from the very beginning. If it can't uplift your people, take it away. I don't want it. I don't want to fight. I don't want to bicker. I don't want to do any of that. That's not me. That's not my spirit, and nor will it ever be that. Regardless of how high God decides to take this, take me, or whatever, I would always keep it grounded and rooted in the principles in which I was born and raised on, and that's Christ. Now, anybody else can do what they do, but for me, it's only so far I can go. It's only so much I can do. So when you call me today, that really, really, it was confirmation. Flat out. It was just straight up confirmation. Okay, Latika, you're doing something right. I think you gave me an analogy of a battery.
Yes, you have the positive and the negative on a battery. And then when you insert it, the energy flows. You can't have one without the other, because they keep balance. It keeps checks and balance. Mm-hmm. Because all of us go through a period or a situation where we're going through certain periods in our lives. I correlate stepping to that, because you have certain points and highs and lows and valleys. Right. But see, when you know that valley is coming, you have to prepare yourself. So you have to surround yourself with the individuals, like-minded individuals like yourself, and individuals you can actually feed off of. So a lot of times we feed ourselves unhealthy things and call it food. We talk about unhealthy things and call it conversation. That is not conversation.
Wow.
That is a situation. That is a situation that needs to be addressed there. See, if we're going to root things in love, then we need to keep certain platforms open, like what you have with the sip and the tea. You have to come back and be grounded.
Yes.
And be held accountable. You have to be held accountable if you're an influence. If you are influenced, you got to say that with an if. Because, mind you, I didn't know I was an influence. I just think I'm nice.
Right.
I just think I'm nice.
Right.
But I know in my mind I'm a superhero. That's just how I feel.
I love that.
I feel that I'm a superhero. And you're a superhero.
Thank you.
And we all superstars. Now, mind you, what makes superstars, some stars shine brighter, right?
Right.
The northern star shines brighter, but it's all stars. So God made us all stars. So it's up to each individual to maximize their space on earth. Now, let me say that again so everyone can understand this. Maximize your space. Mm-hmm. Now, we all make mistakes. Mistakes are beauty marks of wisdom.
Yes.
I have made mistakes. In the Steppers community, I have. And I have a tone, and I check myself, because I know how overwhelming it can be. I understand how overwhelming it can be when you in the public's eye, which we all are in the public's eye. So now everything is never secretive now, because everyone feels entitled. So I felt the need to reach out to you. Now, mind you, I'm a very, stand up. I really take my time to really gauge situations, because you know how you can say you know somebody,
yes,
but then you don't know them.
Not at all.
Let's all say that. You may know me, but you don't know me.
You don't know me. Mm-mm.
Right. Because what you do in your personal life, that's something totally personal. So if anyone steps their foot on that stage, understand what you're stepping into. Understand you will be criticized and critiqued and complimented in the same breath.
Well, I'm glad you said that. So I think you might have caught a couple of the interviews that I've done over the last week or so. And I've always paid homage to yourself and Tori. I like what you guys do. You're very entertaining. I love it. Now, does it fit into what the criteria is that seems to be a miss. It seems like people are confused as to what fits what. Let me just be honest. Is it old school? Is it new school? Is it freestyle?
Right.
Is it I'm not the one to try to determine that, but it
Mm-hmm.
was said that yourself and Tori was actually are in the wrong category, and I'm sure you've heard that before. What is
Mm-hmm.
your answer to that? When people say y'all in the wrong category, y'all supposed to be new school. What is your answer to that?
My answer is we are creative beings. So it's like to be put in a box, and we're trying to find a label, but it's all stepping. In all due fairness, because it's different styles, it's different techniques, it's different creative entities. So if you know the history of stepping and what it is, I think everyone needs to because if you know his story, that's what history comes from. His
His
story.
story, correct.
Historically, they had a category called freestyle. Now listen to the word freestyle. Now mind you, you have the basis that has been implemented inside of stepping now.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the basic 8 or the 6 that's in stepping. So the original style is more geared toward the smoothness and the more technical aspect of the dance.
Mm-hmm.
Then the new school is more a new label that they're called for freestylers, because they took out the age bracket, so that's what they have done. Because now it's 8, now you can be 14 or 15 to get in now.
Right.
Because it's ageless now, but at first, before it had went through an evolution, now you have different styles of dance, from the salsas, the turns and everything, and I embrace all of that. I say this, depending on what judges look for different times and different places, it depends on the panel. And I applaud all the panels that Pete has always put up there. I embrace all our brothers and sisters out there who's doing it. I embrace all you guys, and that's all in love. And I appreciate everything you guys are doing. Mm-hmm. And I want this message to be saw in love, because no one really gets a chance to talk to the Nikee and Tori experience. And I look at us as one, because what I'm speaking from, I'm speaking for Tori too. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not speaking for Tori in that sense, but I'm speaking on the behalf of love in the Steppers community and what we have accomplished and how many people backs we're standing on, from the Taboos, from Johnny's, from Footwork James, from Dimples, from The Voices, all these guys that I've always admired, from Tig to Dre to Drew to Carlton. Legends are people that are deceased. So we're all legends in our own right. So we're all living out our legends right now. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So with that being said, you have a criteria that they have put out, right?
Right.
Now, mind you, let me clear this up for everyone. You have what they call synchronization, footwork, showmanship, creativity, appearance, and originality.
Right.
Now, where everybody's getting confused at is when you go to a set, you see music played for old and new, right? Mm-hmm. So we're dancing old and new. Now, it depends on what you want to call it. Now, you have NASCAR drivers, then you got everyday drivers like us.
Right.
Right?
Right.
You can't drive NASCAR because that's 200 miles an hour. That's 200 miles an hour. They're skilled at that.
Right.
Now, everyone doesn't understand the whole embody of going into a contest. Mm-hmm. My vision in going to the contest is, when I do the original style, is because I feel the original style fits what we do, because the George Macaronis of the world who came before me were more showmen. They were real showmen. Or the Dominiques of the world, who a lot of people don't recognize this guy's talent, or the Dave Maxes of the world. Dave Max is a beast. I love Dominique, but I'm going to tell you what I'm doing, and I'm setting this up for a reason. But I forgot one key component. I forgot the queens. Oh, wait a minute. How am I up here and I'm not speaking about the dynamic Miss Tori, or that dynamic, Miss
Johnny's,
Darlinda. We talking about Cheryl. We talking about Ann. We talking about Amanda. We talking about Keisha. We talking about Sabrina. We talking about any woman that accommodate or works with this man, works with us on this floor to bring this beautiful dance to life. Mm-hmm. The Sineses, the the Cheryl Poles, or if any name I left out, Monique Salter.
Yes.
You know, I pay homage to all you guys. Chelsea, Lola.
Oh God,
you know,
the list goes on.
It's just so many women and so many men, and we partner up. Now I happen to be blessed to be with a partner that I can walk with, trio with, and she goes through the fire with me. You know, whatever I get hit with, she's getting hit.
Right.
Now, but this is the part of the dance that gets forgotten, and some of the time when we talk from a singular point of view, and I'm speaking on us, on the community together. Because see, united we stand, divided we fall. You know, when I was happy for Dre and company and everybody when, you know, the whole stepping thing went through R. Kelly, and then we come, you know, 20 and 15 years later, then the Kendrick Lamar thing comes from me and Tori. You see what I'm saying? Yes. So it's like, man, we put the Steps community on our backs, and we take everyone with us, the Drews, everyone with us. So I applaud Drew, I applaud the winners and everything else, because like I said, winning is a mindset. Me and Tori never go in thinking we're losers. So, you know, this is the thing we have to transform and be de-learned from. Because you placed does not make you any better than anyone who didn't place. You see what I'm saying? I'm a better loser. Let me say this. I'm a better loser than winner. Because when you consider losing, that's when I'm winning, because now I get to model a certain style.
How important is it to you? And I'm sorry to interrupt you. How important is it to you that when a person loses, how they conduct themselves in that loss? How important?
Very important. Okay. Very important, because it shows the character of the person. It shows the character. Your character comes out then. Now you have a persona. You know, everybody got a persona. You want to paint this persona to everyone that you're this and that and everything else. But then you have two sides. When something doesn't go your way, how do you react? Do you become a pro and be responsive, or you be or respond to your ability, mean responsive, or you become reactive and you just act? And then after that, then you have to do damage control. Right.
Have you and Tori ever wanted to lash out? Because you guys, nobody hears from y'all. Like you're there. You know, if you lose, you're gone. Like you're not on social media. I know Tori is. We never hear from you. Like, and I know you've heard what people. Let me say this. I have personally heard people say things. I've heard people say things about you guys in terms, like I said, that is not old school. That is not old school music. I don't know what kind of dancing that is they're doing. I've heard all kind of stuff. How do you guys continue to come back year after year, do the wonderful things? And let me stop. Ellen, you guys are on Ellen?
Yes.
Let me clap my hands to that. Did the community?
Thank you.
What did the community do? Did we have a party for you guys? Did we have a watch party? There was no watch party? I don't. Did we just let it go? Just whatever.
No.
But what happened?
You know, it's funny. You know, for me, you have to have tough skin. You know, you have to. This is something you develop from childhood. If you know, from parenting and, you know, different mentors and models that came before you. So to me, I mirror success. I try to do what's successful, and what's not successful, I take that away. So it's not successful to, you know, bring other people down. I think it's more successful if you elevate. It just makes more sense.
Right.
It just makes more sense because, you know, at any rate, I do not allow anybody to actually define who Nike is. Nike has to define who Nike is, and Nike has to be okay with who Nike is and what Nike does. Like when Nike chose to want to block, Nike wasn't the first person who got his head dyed. Let's just get this clip. That was just something I wanted to do. And if people thought much about it, okay, so be it. It didn't stop me from doing it. But how we continue to keep coming back is because we believe in what we're doing. We know what we're doing is, it makes people scratch their head. We know this.
Yeah.
But we enjoy, and we enjoy being creators. You understand, as you are a creator, you was born in a creative mind state, in a space that you have to create and blaze your own trail. Remember when rap music was in its early stage? That's just jungle music or garbage. But look at it now. Mm-hmm. Look at it now.
You're
And
right.
if people didn't think what we were doing didn't work, trust me, Hollywood when it came calling. Believe what I'm telling
Oh
you.
well, let me sip to that because that
Believe me when I tell
because
you
Sue said
that.
Hollywood call.
That's a Hollywood call, not
I love
Hollywood or
it.
however you want to call it, because
I
it
love
has
it.
its different connotations. But let's just say that if we were now, mind you, if we were a gimmick, we would have had success for once or twice. But we continue to keep opening eyes and everything, so people are continuously coming to the Nikee and Tori experience.
Mm-hmm.
Now we don't have the fans that are not fans of the Nikee and Tori experience. You're still fans because you still got comments. So thank you. So we
Oh,
applaud you. So keep it going, because all it is fueling us. It only fuels me. It fuels me because I'm so appreciative that you took so much time out your day to speak on Nikee and Tori. Thank you so very
wow,
much. So you
wow.
might think we are weird. You might think he's weird. She's weird. What is they doing? We're doing what we're supposed to do. So thank you so very much. Thank you so
Wow.
very much. Thank you.
how
We
do
love you guys. We love you guys. We love the haters more than we love the people that give us love. Because the haters, you guys are doing your job, and I love it. Keep it up, because
you?
it keeps me knowing that I am relevant in your primal life.
Oh my
Thank you so
God.
very much. And I said that primal, your primal life, because you must be a sideline person, and that's cool too, because we need you sideline people.
Oh my
Thank you.
God.
Thank you. We applaud you.
Don't make me spit my tea out. Seriously.
We applaud you, and we love you guys, and we answer every question. Every question. One man asked me, "You look like you wear your father's suits." I said, "Thank you so very much. I'm gonna beef up one of these days. I'm gonna beef up. I'm gonna beef up."
Really?
Yes, yes, yes. I answer all questions. We don't avoid none. Yes, yes.
How are
You
you?
gotta,
Oh God. How are you
you got,
able to do? I mean, how are you guys? And both of you guys are this way. I sat down and probably had a 30-minute conversation with Tori, and she had the exact same attitude. Like, oh, it's okay. I know people don't really like the way I move. Oh, I know people don't really like the way I dress. It's okay. If they big and
yeah,
bad
yeah,
enough, they can step to me. Now that's where
yeah,
they mess up at. But other than
yeah.
that, they can stay over there and keep talking. How do
Yes,
y'all?
we're okay.
How
Because
do
you
y'all
gotta have
do
a sense of humor. You
that?
gotta laugh at them. You gotta laugh at the whole situation, because you gotta think. For someone to take the time out today to say something about Miss Tika,
Mm-hmm.
they admire you because you're doing something they're not doing.
Wow.
That's why. That's why. That's why.
How do you
And
what?
see you
How did you get that attitude? That positive attitude. I mean, where did that come from? That's just something that
being
just.
unpositive. See, it's always an action for a reaction. Being unpositive and ungrateful. See, I'm grateful to watch the Fields and the Candaces and the Dre's and the Margarets and the Ty Skippy and
And the
Celeste
Sherrys and
and
the
different ones.
Sherrys.
I'm grateful for
Yeah.
all these guys. Love
Yes.
them. Love all of them. I love all of them, because I love what they put forth and the energy they put out. Now, mind you, I'm not going to entertain anything that I'm not really into. Now, I have not been the most conscious person. Let me just say that. So the steps community can bring out the worst or the best in you, depending on where your development is. We're all about evolution and uplifting. I applaud what Pete does, because I know Pete takes a lot of heat.
Yes, he
See, when
does.
you're a king in the kingdom and you're a queen, you understand you got to take heat. So we gonna
Yeah.
be the king and queen of showmanship. That's what we have already been crowned. Now, I didn't never know what that was. Now that's a new label. Because one thing you're gonna get from the Nikee and Tori experience, you're going to be entertained.
Now that is for sure.
You're going to be entertained by us.
I
I
mean,
don't know about nobody else. I'm not trying to call nobody else. I'm telling you, I believe in our ability. When we hit that stage, we choose certain music. We let the energy, the energy guide us. Now, everyone else may not be able to harness their energy and feed it. Now, you feed what you into. Now, if you into gospel, that's what you feed. That's what you eat on. That's what you like to eat. I don't like doing all that. I have listened, but I'm like, okay, that's not my thing. I'm gonna let you have your little say, and I'm gonna let you move around. So in the steppers community, everyone has a viable voice, right?
mm-hmm.
So in that voice, you have to use discernment, meaning you have to gauge what you're about to say and how you're about to say it and how it's gonna come across. To say I don't care how someone perceives me, that's different, because Some people get the Nikee and Tori experience, and some people don't. You hear someone in the video say, "Oh hell no,"
Yeah.
that's her experience. Like, oh my God, did they just play that, or are they actually dancing to that?
Right.
So that catches everyone off guard. Now, can they sell it? Now you got one half that may say we sold it, one half that may not think we sold it. And it's like, sometimes you either dance for the judge or you dance for we dance for ourselves. If the judges appreciate what we're doing and we appreciate how they see and interpret the dance, and that's how we vibe.
Okay, so let me make sure I get this right. And I'm understanding everything that you're saying. I'm in total agreement.
Yes.
I guess what my disconnect is,
Mm-hmm.
I guess what the judges are looking for. I guess. Right. I think people are confused with that too, but overall, you kind of get an idea. Okay, well, if you're in old school, they're looking for more of a, don't take the 7/8 out. I mean, all this kind of stuff that I've heard. I don't know. Right. I'm still new. Don't take the 7/8 out. They look for more footwork, not a whole bunch of pop locking. That ain't what they're looking for. In old school.
Right.
All right. Now, can we agree on that?
Okay.
All right. You and Tori, that's what y'all do. Y'all do pop locking and be jamming old school. So, and y'all know that's what you're going to do. So, why do you not conform to what people say you should be doing? You understand what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, no, Nikee and Tori, y'all don't supposed to do the pop lock. Y'all supposed to do just footwork and then just keep it, old school. That was what they looking for. What is preventing you guys from conforming?
Because we're creators. We're going to do what we feel like we want to do. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. And we okay with that. Because when people try to conform and it doesn't work, it doesn't go bad for them, then they have something to say. See, when we do what we do, we good. Now, mind you, it depends on how you determine success. Now, the first time we entered the original old school, we got second, right? Okay. And we are appreciative of the second. You see what I'm saying? Okay. And we were on stage, jamming to James Brown.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now, the people that know the facts of original old school, from the Tuskegee and the Celestes of the world, who do not know who they are, they go and do their thing in original old school or Hurt, legendary, Hurt, or different ones who have entered old school, who have fared well in old school. But see, we coming up in a new era, in an evolution of old school, where they have a different set of criteria, and they say you have to dance more in original old school. Now, mind you, what I just said. Now I'm playing word games now. Dance. They didn't say what type of dance, because now you can play with the window. You can play with the window. Because if you look at Soul Train, let's just take Soul Train for instance. You had a lot of different dancers vying for a certain spot. Now they weren't even in contention to get paid, but the exposure. The exposure is what in the hits. Like if you look at our videos, Yeah. Name me a couple or a unit that's been going as long as we have been going, and we put our and see, my partner is fearless.
Yes.
She put her video out there when she slipped and everything. So I'm gonna stand for my partner. My partner dances in 6-inch stilettos.
Yes.
Queens out there. I'm talking about getting it in on tippy toes.
Oh my God.
So if she falls, slip, or whatever, I got her back. But at the same time, the degree of difficulty of what she's doing in stilettos.
Wow.
A lot of queens got us bow down and flat when they getting flipped and everything. Look at our videos. We put it out there. Now let's talk about our pedigree. Well, we have went up against whatever you deem the best in Chicago. They know who we are, and we know who they are, and it's all love. It's all love. When the old schools in one contest, and you can look at that video, 2010, where in a contest where it was called the Chicago Largest, the old schools from a certain era called out the new schools. So we met them, and we battled. Me, Tick, Margaret, Westside Mike, me and Tori battled them out to the end, where it was me and Tori standing against Tuskegee and Celeste.
Wow. Wow.
And you know who came out on top?
Who?
We got the facts to prove it. The Nikee and Tori experience. So people, get your facts together and go look. The videos are out there. I'm willing to stand on what I just said. And it's all love. Again, let me say it's all love because I'm standing on their backs.
Right.
I'm standing on the Shanice and the Tony Dowds and everyone that came, and the Ricks who came before me, who
Right.
showed it to me and expressed love to me and continue. Even when the contest allegedly don't go in our favor, and it's still in our favor, we still show love. It's not a time, and when I didn't, when I was acting unaccordingly, I checked myself and went in the mirror and said, you know what, Nikee, you need
Get
to check
yourself
yourself,
together.
sir.
Right. Let me ask you, do you think that the judges got it right this year?
You know what? That's relative. You know, I think they did exactly what they were supposed to do, and I applaud them for what they did. Now, I'm speaking from the standpoint of a creator, and I'm speaking from the standpoint of a competitor, and I respect what they did. I respect what they did. Now, mind you, if that's what they chose that night, that's what they chose that night. Now, it depends on what they were looking at, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's relative. Do it negate what we done? No. Now, mind you, let's just go on deck. Let's just put it out there.
Okay.
We got off the stage. You know, as I said, because it was just what me and Tori, it was Maurice and Rhonda, so we have to pay homage to those two individuals too.
Exactly.
When we got off the stage, were the people entertained? Did they like what they saw?
Yes.
Now think about the rest of the content. I'm not taking no shot and no one else on stage. Now everyone has to pay attention to that though too. I love what everybody did. Now, if everyone wants to play it safe or whatever, that's their thing. Me and Tori do what me and Tori does. Now we have routines. I see people talk about routines.
Yes.
See, routines are relative. Me and Tori don't do routines. There's no such thing that if we did routines, we have moves. We do moves here and there. Moves.
Wow.
And then we go back to doing what we're doing.
I'm glad you said that because that's another thing that I have heard is that is one of the reasons why you guys did not place or have had difficult times placing in the past was because of the routines. So you're saying that you guys are not, well, my God, you guys have been dancing forever. So, I mean, right. I think if you blink your left eye, she know we get ready to do the side kick thing. I mean, y'all,
right.
y'all been dancing together forever. So, I don't know.
The success level of what me and Tori has been doing, you got to understand. Like, just last year, we just played second in old school. Last year. So, to say we in the wrong category, that's relative to each person because our dance is so unorthodox. Understand it's unorthodox is because we understand what we're doing. We already know what the original is. We go down to the east of the Rhine. I pay homage to Bumpy Face Slam and different guys and different entities in that era of dance where like the Ice Rays of the world or the Carloses and Benettas that are forgotten soldiers who put out there some material that is unmatched. I'm talking about Carlos and Benetta from Milwaukee are beasts. Carlton and Lauren them are beasts. Theo and Candace, Theo and Keisha, beasts.
Yes.
And
definitely
from Ann to Drew to Ed to Sherry, beast. And it's another forgotten soldier out there in Detroit, you know what I'm saying? And I feel, a lot of times these guys have to, I have to pay homage because I'm such an influence that people might say I'm an influence. So even with the Daryl Davises of the world, or, it's so many different people that have put this dance out here for us, or the casters and different ones. Even to put the platform out here for us to be able to talk about it and be able to, clear up all these misunderstandings. Like I said, I applaud, what Miss Cheryl Sugarfoot did with Doc, and then I go with Kamal and his lovely wife, them two, and I applaud what my recent Erica did, and I applaud what Tick and Tabitha did. I applaud what, like my boy Drew from Ann, and then I applaud what Westside and his party did, and I applaud Ed and everyone else that was on that stage from Darren to Susie and everyone else. It doesn't negate because you didn't have your name called that you still not a star. This is what everybody is failing to realize, and they losing the sight of that. You still are that person when you got off the stage and on the stage. So to get your name called and not called, it's the same thing. It's all in how you look at it.
So you didn't leave the stage bitter. Like, man, I know we outdanced whoever.
You know what? We don't compete against nobody but me and Tori. Me and Tori, we compete against the last time we danced.
I love that.
We compete against ourselves. We look at it like, okay. Mm-hmm. And see, Tori is a master at, the intricate of her footwork and the way she feels music and beats. I ain't never seen anyone do it that way because I know her. Mm-mm. And I love Margaret and I love Ann and I love Sanice and different ones who, interpret music a different way too. And I love the style and the presentation that they bring to it too, because these women make it viable for me, Tony Dow, Tick, and different ones, and Dre, for us to do what we do.
Do you think that, I'm just going to talk about you. Do you think that your dance, or do you think that you are often misunderstood?
Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, I am.
Okay.
Because in the club, like I'm more like laid back and smoother in the club. But see, when I hit the stage, it's different.
Okay.
That smoothness and stuff, it's there. It's there, but I'm working with my partner. We're working together. So we out there we actually are vibing off the energy of the music. So Safe is, a lot of couples play it safe. And they're real predictable. They use music that is used in the club in the contest. But if you hear a song so many times over and over and over, but it's not like when you like a certain artist. You know how when you go to a concert and you love a certain artist and you don't care how many times you hear a Prince song, and I'm using Prince for example.
Yes. Because
our beloved brother's transition.
Yes.
And his energy is still rolling around because we use Prince as a Walker song. Scandalous. Scandalous.
Yes.
Scandalous.
Yes.
Scandalous. So mind you, our walking style has been critiqued. It's not traditional.
Not at all. Mm-mm.
Not at all. We're not trying to be traditional. We're trying to be trailblazers. See, the T is there.
Well,
we try to use trailblazers. We're blazing our own trail. For tea sippers, so everyone sips some tea and some lemonade.
How about that?
How about that?
How about that?
And that's what we call the Nikee and Tori experience, because you're experiencing something different and new. And everybody's not going to gravitate to it now, but trust me. The future, the evolution, it's coming.
So
it's not going to be televised, but it's going to be told.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You got too many hashtags. Are y'all writing these hashtags down for me so I can do them
later?
Yes. So you have no plans on, you guys have no plans on conforming into what people think that old school should look like. That's what I'm gathering. I'm also gathering that you guys have no plans on changing to new school because they feel like your dance is more new school. You're not planning to do any of that. You guys are going to stay at old school, or what are your thought processes going forward? Because I know you're coming back for 18. That's a guarantee.
What we're going to do, like OJ said, we're going to give the people what they want.
How about that?
We're going to entertain. Now, if the judge appreciates entertaining, because like I said, I've named the criteria. Now, please explain to me in our dance where we didn't appease all those different categories. Now, mind you, it might not be to everyone's liking. Like, they're a little bit too much. They're a little bit too over the top. Thank you. That's exactly what we're doing. Because that's what we're doing. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
I love it.
And we're not changing. Trust me, we're not changing. We're not conforming. I'm a rebel to the end. I'm one of Malcolm X's long lost sons. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. I believe in what we're doing. Notice I keep using the word we. I don't believe what I'm doing because I have to have her on board with me. Mm-hmm. But we got a lot of different steppers that are on board and the ones that are not. And we still show love to them too. Because we appreciate where the dance comes from. Like some steppers are purists. Like Terrence is one that will say, I'm not, but I respect it though. You know what I'm saying? You may not like rock music, but I respect it. I like Led Zeppelin. I don't know those guys, but I respect their music.
Do you think that you guys are respected amongst the steppers?
Oh yes, we're respected. Oh yes, I know that to be true.
Okay.
Now, mind you, do I think everything is more? Is it negative, positive? If you say anything in those labels, mm-hmm. it's respected because you're talking about it. Because if you're not talking about it, then then we're nothing to talk about.
Listen
That's what it really boils down to, like who they think they are.
Listen to
Nikee
me.
and Tori.
Going forward, I'm gonna need you guys, either yourself or Tori, it doesn't matter. I need y'all to give me I'm gonna have a weekly call set up that I need y'all to encourage me at least once a week. Because you guys have, I don't think I've met anybody with so much tenacity and just so much belief in themselves. Like, you know what? No, I don't care if you're talking about it, that's good too. It can be positive or negative. No, we stand right here because one thing you will get is an experience. Now, whether you like the experience and want to come back for some more or whatever, I'll be honest with you. When it's time for y'all to get up there to dance, I don't know what I'm going to get. I just want to see it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it's going to be, but I know they're going to give me a show. Now, Miss Tori was actually in the ladies' room. We were changing. And she had some feathers or something going on around her neck or something. And I said, that's what we doing. Just so much attention you guys pay to details that I don't think everybody that's performing think that far. I don't know.
See, that's the thing in preparation. We dedicated to what we're doing. So when you in your craft, if you look at any master at something, like if you use Michael Jordan or you use Muhammad Ali, I like Joe Frazier because you know why I like Joe?
Why?
Joe was the one that knocked Muhammad Ali ass out.
He did.
Knocked him out, but didn't say a word.
Mm-hmm.
But Muhammad Ali's belief in his jargon, his conversation, made you believe. So it's like action speaks louder than words. So me and Miss Tori have put forth the action where now it's time for us to speak out, to see, because success leaves clues. When you feeling weather, like when you going through something, all of us out there in Radio Land who is listening to this conversation we having with our people, when you going through something, you're weathering something that is going to pass. It will pass. You just got to go through it. Yeah. Now, the thing is, you have to be grateful for the opportunity that our peers are allowed to even look at us and even judge our dance. Now, mind you, depending on how they see it, we are okay with that. Me and Miss Tori are okay with that. We are good. Thank you. And we will see you guys next year. We will see you whenever there's a competition. If we feel the need to go up there, like we have done our due diligence, right? Yes. We have done our due diligence.
Yes.
And I feel that, it's a time and place for everything. I think everyone has a time and a term. Mm-hmm. So I do feel that, if you ever saw our Masters performance, and we will air a crowd out. We know that. We will air a crowd out. We're not intentionally doing it. We're just trying to put forth the best Nikee and Tori experience. We don't sit back and say, you know what? I wonder if they're going to like this or not. We sit back and mastermind like, ooh, what about if we dance the shaft? We going back and forth.
I loved it.
We doing it back and forth. Miss Tori can just roll out. And like, the greatest compliment was given to me by a stepper named Miss Ann from out of Detroit. Love the queen. Mm-hmm. She said, I have danced with many men, but I quite naturally never danced with somebody as easy as you.
Wow.
Because of my energy. It's like, I'm not trying to put Miss Ann on any woman in any compromising position, turn, any of that. Wow. That is not my thing. I'm trying to vibe on what you want to do.
And it's the experience.
And how you feel the music. Remember when we saw each other, I said, I told some of your constituents that were around you, like, I try to dance with what a woman is. I'm feeling your energy because I'm the lead. Notice I said I'm the lead.
I'm the lead.
I'm the lead.
Let me ask you this.
I believe in what you're doing.
And thank you. Let me ask you this. Have you ever thought about, now that's just what I see. When I see you guys,
yes,
I don't see you guys as supposed to be actually in the competition. I see you guys as like the feature, or like you guys are the intermission. You like do the intermission, like you guys are the openers or something. Mm-hmm. Am I the only person that feel that way? Like it seems like you guys don't really fit into this. And I'm not saying that you guys can't. That's not what I'm not saying that you're not competitors. That's not what I'm saying. It's because of the experience that you give is so different from everything else and from what we think that it's supposed to look like, that you either, like you said, you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. You know what I mean? But you're gonna experience it. So to me, it seems like you just should be, I don't want to say up there. It's just, I don't know. I can't even put it in words. It just seemed like y'all should be doing something else. I don't know.
You know what it is
we should get some tickets to the experience. You
can't label something you don't understand. It's like it's almost like labeling like water. Water is going to be water,
right?
And it's forever going to be water unless you manipulate it into wine, or Kool-Aid, or whatever you want to manipulate it into. Mm-hmm. But everyone has to understand. Everyone is a creator. And you have to create the life that you want and what you see and what you envision. Mm-hmm. So when we have an opportunity or a platform, we envision music that is not played traditionally. Right. Like we like the Switches of the world and we love Al Jarreau, or we might want to dance to, the Barges or whatever, or Evelyn Champagne King. There's so much music out there. There's so many entertainers. There's so many singers. But it's only certain ones that really catch our eye, like the Michaels of the world, or the Princes, or the Stevie Wonders, or the Ray Charles, or whatever genre it is, or certain rappers we might like the Arabian Rakims, or we might like the Futures, or we might like the Kendrick Lamars, or whatever.
But that's not going to fit in old school, though. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
But the thing with old school is, it depends on, you got to understand, like, when we chose a certain song, right, it's old school music, right? So, isn't it old school? Now, here I go playing the word game again. That was an old school song, right?
You're right.
But everybody thought it was a house song. There's really, if you want to, technically label it, it was really a breaking song, but it's really a dance tune. It's the same thing with James Brown. Any JB song, you can dance to it, and then you got some people that can't. It's just like if you either gonna dance to it or you're not, So, but if you get on stage with us, know this: you better be careful, because you're gonna dance to something you're not familiar with. Now, mind you, last year when we was on stage with Ferris, see, sometimes when you dance with certain energies and you already know what that person is gonna bring, all it does is add more energy to the flow. Mm-hmm. So we knowing Ferris is going to bring a James Brown song, and we're going to bring an up-tempo song. Mm-hmm. But when we do dance more mild, like, and we have those videos out there, because you got to understand, probably out of the 7 times we've been in the world, like we might have placed 5 or 6 times. Mm-hmm.
And those are good numbers.
Walking, so the success level of which is definitely what you want to consider success. The success for us is the people are gravitating to stepping as a whole. Whoever you want to learn from, So we pay homage. We see what Detroit is doing, and I don't label Detroit as Detroit, but they're stepping. So they're in the steppers community, or what Vegas is doing, or what they're doing out there in LA. It's still in the steppers community. You see what I'm saying? We're all community. So mind you. But you do have certain ones that are seen in a different light than others. So we have to hold ourselves accordingly. So you got to conduct yourself at all times in a professional mind state and mannerism. Now, mind you, when the cameras are not rolling, then you have a chance to do all, what you need to do. If you feel that way. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? If you feel that way. Now, I know because what we doing is so abstract and so, when we did the back bend and everything like that catches people off guard. That was something we didn't even rehearse. She just followed into what I was doing.
Really?
Because we did Boogie Nights. Boogie Nights is a more smoother song, so now you got to come down.
Wow.
You got to sell it. Or when we did our trio last year, we did the Barbara, the Barbara song, where most women can relate to that. And
yes, I do remember that.
Trio,
yes,
which I remember that. Done.
Wow. I mean, I hope you guys are enjoying this. Nikee and Tori, they never do interviews. I couldn't get Tori. I'm working on it, though.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate you, Nikee, for taking this opportunity to interrupt people's evenings. Hopefully, you
Yes.
guys are enjoying this. I want you to give me a word of wisdom, not just for myself, but for the tea sippers that are listening. If you had some words of wisdom or some words of encouragement that you would give them this evening, whatever's on your heart, what would it be? What would you say this evening? Because apparently we're on the
Gratitude.
same vibe. So tell me what it is. What is it?
Gratitude. So gratitude and be thankful for what you have in this moment. Be thankful that you hear, that you're alive, and you able to even do some of the most significant things you take for granted. Don't take for granted your life. Do not take for granted that you have an experience. Do not take for granted that you sent here to this earth plane to occupy this space to make someone else's life a blessing. So to either display it, say it, or, just share your experience is a blessing. And I'm so grateful and thankful for you putting the platform together, and thankful for Terrence. I'm thankful for the Mr. Gents, the judges, and all the competitors to keep your spirits up. You know what I'm saying? Just stay focused. It's focus.
Thank you.
Things that don't serve you, don't serve them. Don't serve that. Don't serve that tea. If the tea is bitter, I say, hey, tea sippers, my tea is a little bit bitter. We need to get sweet.
Yes.
We need to get some sweetness to it. So that means add honey. Add honey.
I appreciate that. Now, if
it's bitter tea,
yeah.
Some people get better. Yeah. That's all. Don't be bitter. Be better.
That's so
be
good.
Better.
That is so
That's
good.
It. Be better. Be better than what you was a minute ago.
Wow.
Be better than what you was yesterday. Be better.
Yeah.
And be blessed. That's it. And do it in love.
I love
Don't get on that stage unless it's in love. And get off the stage in love. All that complaining, come on, everybody. Take the bibs off. Let's quit it. I've done it before. I have. I'm talking about me. I'm just sharing with you guys about my experience and not calling anybody out. Talking about Mr. Nikee.
Right.
So when Mr. Nike's having one of them days that I'm feeling I need some attention or whatever, I go to the place where I have the greatest energy. I go into nature.
Wow.
I go stepping and get the love. It's love out there.
Right.
Now you can be looking for some other love. I mean, it's love. Do you see everybody smiling, hurt, love? It's in love. Now, mind you, everyone might have a little couple of shots of Kabashe because I'm a jokester. Have your shots of Kabashe or your tea.
You grown. You grown.
Yes. Now, if you overdrink, that is your problem.
That's on you. It's no longer love. It's probably jail time. But that's okay. We're going to love you through it.
Right. Now, if you need somebody to validate you, now, if you're still in that arrested development, notice I said not the group.
I know.
In your development. Let me put that out there so everybody catch that jewel.
Yes.
You're arrested in your development because you haven't developed.
Correct.
And you need someone to tell you that you're doing well at something. Then you're doing it for all the wrong reasons.
Yes. Wow.
You got to do it for self. It got to come from something organic inside of you that you enjoy doing. We love doing what we're doing, and you see it on the floor, and we get off, we smile, and we have fun, and it's like now when everyone is like, once the announcements are made, we still smile and congratulate. We be like, okay,
see y'all next year.
See y'all, whatever
contest. Have fun. I love it. I will say this before we leave. I want to ask you if there was going to be a book written about yourself and Miss Tori, what would the title of that book be?
Oh, the name of the book?
The name of the book.
The Innovators.
The Innovators. I love it. I think I would purchase that book. I appreciate you so much for being led by the Spirit. I think a lot of times, sometimes we miss an opportunity to speak into someone's life. And I thank God that you did not miss that opportunity today because I really needed it. When you called, it was like, woo! So I do appreciate that.
I'm so grateful and thankful for you guys because Stephanie has brought me so many beautiful things. I mean, to meet you, to meet all the beautiful people I've met, I've grown, I've learned, and I'm going to continue learning because I'm really ignorant. I don't know. I don't claim to know nothing. I'm really ignorant. So I'm like learning.
Yes.
I love learning. I love de-learning because I have to learn some unhealthy behavior and take on healthy behavior.
Right.
You know, we have habits we all have to look at in ourselves and have to have the personal conviction to like actually get rid of them
Yes.
and not have someone else point it out.
Well.
So there's a lot of things in me I have to grow into, you know, and love doing what I'm doing. And I wanted to do this in love. So I sent as many shout outs as I can because I know it's about to get about that time. I just wanted to let everyone know, you know, all the ones and names I didn't mention, that you guys have had an impact on who I am as a person. And, you know, and I feel like, you know, that it has to be said, like my soldier out there in Detroit, Jamal, even for the voices, and I adore the voices and the Devons of the world, and the Shirley, and anybody I might forget, from Ken Mario to King Hilliard, to all these guys I look up to, from Skippy to, and I gotta say this because I want them to all know how much I appreciate these guys and the ladies that actually are with these gentlemen, and the women that I adore, and I love to see the energy flow through and everything else, that I appreciate what you guys all offer and bring to this community called Stepping.
Wow. So
for me to say that, I want to also say to all the ones who I don't mention, it's only because I only have a certain amount of time to mention everyone, but in a whole, I just want everyone to know it's all rooted in love. And the Nikee and Tori experience is definitely about love. And we just want to appreciate the platform, you know, the T-Sippers you guys have given us. And I speak on behalf of the Nikee and Tori experience, and it's all in love. And I thank you guys so much for actually taking the time out your day to listen. And if you don't like it, so what? Thank you anyway for not paying attention. Or if it meets you in a place it needed to meet you at, thank you so very much. So for all the haters that really don't roll with us like that, get on the Nikee and Tori train. It's the coldest experience you can ever get on.
Just go and get on it. It's so much love.
You're gonna have a ball messing with us. I'm trying to tell you.
Well, I love it. I love it. I've been on the train for about 2-3 years. I'm just saying for myself.
I love it. Thank you.
Been on the train. I love you guys. Thank you for, you know what's so special about what you just did. You were able to, a lot of times people don't get their flowers until they're gone. The fact that you've actually said thank you, and you name some of the names, and I know the list goes on and on. The fact that you got an opportunity to thank them, I think that is very, very special, and that speaks a lot to your integrity and your character of yourself. You haven't talked a lot about yourself. It's been more about everybody else, and want to thank them for being there for you and speaking into your life. So I think that is extremely special. So thank you. I'm going to let you go on with your evening. Tell Tori I said mwah, and thank you for letting us borrow you. Continue to do what you're doing. In closing, only thing I need to know is, when can you bring Kendrick Lamar here to sip some tea with me? That's all I'm asking. I mean,
I'm gonna try, because Kendrick, he's a different soul. He's deep. The brother is.
I'm just saying. I don't know what he into, but we can make it happen. You know, we're in Atlanta. We can make it happen. So I'm just saying. You know how we are. We will throw in our bid for some stuff. Like, you know him, so you can't get him here. But anyway, whatever. If you can get him here, great. That would be awesome. Wouldn't that be awesome? Oh.
Yes.
I digress. But thank you guys so much. And again, congratulations for being on Ellen. We look forward to more of the Nikee and Tori experience. I love you guys. Sip. Mwah. Love you so much. Have a great evening.
You too. Peace and blessings.
All right, sweetheart. Bye.